Hey everybody, Sister Fantastic here, and today's video is gonna be all about what I'm carrying in my overnight makeup bag. So I went somewhere last weekend to a friend's house and spent the night for Easter weekend, and we had dinner, and I'm going again this weekend to spend the night at another friend's house, and we're going to have a time to visit as well. So even though we're practicing social distancing from crowds of people here in Savannah, Tennessee, we haven't really been quarantined to the point where we can't see anybody or we can't talk to anybody or anything like that. So we're not gathering in groups of any more than 10, according to our governor's recommendations. So anyhow, I wanted to share with you all what this is an Ipsy bag. And so everything I'm going to carry for makeup is in this little bag, and I'm wanting to just put it on and show you, what I do when I go overnight somewhere. So when I leave the house, what I do is I leave with a full, with my makeup on, and then we visit, for the evening or whatever, and then I'll take it off and I go to bed, and then the next morning, these are the products that I would use for that second day. So I'm going to just take everything out of the bag here, and I'm just going to show you one thing at a time, and I'm going to put this stuff on and demonstrate. So I'm going to pull everything out of the bag, but you saw that it was in the bag. So, I'm limiting myself to just that one little bag. So, anyhow, the first thing that I'm going to go, I've already got my face moisturized, by the way, and primed and ready to go. So, I'm ready to head in with foundation. And so, I'm just going to carry this little sample that I have from Tarte. It's in the color Light Neutral, and this is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Full Coverage Foundation with a broad spectrum of 15 SPF sunscreen. So this is one that I received, I believe, in a Ipsy bag. But anyway, I'm just going to start with a pea-sized amount and just kind of dot that around, and then maybe go in with another little pea-sized amount and take that around the edges of my face, and then go in from there. So I've got a damp beauty blender here, and I'm just gonna go in, and I can always use more and build this up. It's full coverage in the fact that it goes a long way, but as far as covering redness, sometimes I have to go in with a second layer. It's not my favorite foundation, but it's a sample and I need to use it up. So I'm going to take it with me. So you can see it provides a little bit of a tint. It feels like a tinted moisturizer to me. But anyway, it does need to be built up if it's going to be full coverage. So I'm going to go in with a little bit more. And I'm just going to apply this in the areas where I still see that I need some coverage. Mostly the bottom half of my face. And we're just going to go again. And then whatever coverage that I need from this point forth, I can always get it with my concealer. This beauty blender is from a company called Illuminate or something like that. Illuminati. Yeah, I think it's Illuminati because it ends in the letter I. Anyway, I got it in a BoxyCharm. It's a really good little sponge. And if you want a more fuller coverage, you could, you know, use a dry sponge. But I prefer to use it damp because I like that airbrushed look. Don't forget your ears. Okay, so I'm just going to blend this in just another little minute. And then I'm going to go in with concealer. Now the concealer that I've been really enjoying is this one from e.l.f. and it's in the color Medium Peach. And it hides shadows really good because it's got that little bit of peach in it. So I'm just going to go around the areas of my face where I feel like I need it the most. And that's usually around the center part of the face. And then I'm just going to turn the sponge around and go in with the pointed end. And this is very brightening. This particular shade is. I mean, there's a lot of shades that are really super light, but you know, I don't really want a white concealer. I don't think it makes me look good. Well, I tried one once. When my husband came home from work, he says, "Oh my gosh, your face is so white." Because, I mean, when you stop and think about it, it covers, like, you know, the whole inside of your face. And nobody needs to look like a ghost. And so this does whiten me up. I mean, you can see, you know, just this shade right here by itself. Okay, I'm going to take what's left over on the sponge, and I'm just going to hit the eyelids here, and we're going to use this to cover up those veins. And we're just going to blend this out to the outer edges. Okay, so that's good right there. All right, now what I want to do is I want to set this concealer down. So I'm just carrying, I've just got this little small container here of e.l.f. It's an under eye powder. It's real finely milled, and I love carrying it with me and using it just in the center parts of my face where I focus the concealer. And so in my bag I have 3 brushes. So I have this one right here for face products. It's got a nice angle on it, and this is a Morphe brush. I love this brush. I've used it and used it. And then I've got this one here from AOA Studios. It's like a flat brush, and I love using this one for powder. And then I've got this small angled brush here from e.l.f. that I enjoy using for eyeshadows because I have hooded lids. So anyway, okay, so I'm just gonna tap this brush into that powder, and I'm just gonna go in and just set all this down. Oh, you can see the powder flying. And I'm just using my phone as a mirror and to record. Okay, and then I just poured some into the cap is what I did. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just gathering up the fragments, and I'm just going to go over the nose really good because this is where I have the most pores, and we're just going to powder that down real good. Alright, so just that quick we've got the base done. So you see, when I travel, I don't want to dilly-dally around and fool with, you know, taking a lot of time with my makeup because I've got other things I want to do besides a full face of makeup. So I just try to do like the bare necessities, try to pull myself together and have enough products with me where I feel confident, you know, walking out the door. Alright, so for brows, I'm going to use this Benefit Ka-Brow, and this is in the color 3. It's a cream gel brow, and it's really cute the way it's packaged. It's a pomade, and so the pomade is down here in this little jar, and then this top part here is where the brush is kept. And it's a tiny little brush, you know, but I don't really mind that because I feel like, you know, I can get some good precision. Alright, so I'm just going in with this little pocket mirror that I carry, and I'm going to just start to brush these brows on. And I like to start right here in the middle and around the arch. And then with the product that's left over on the brush, I just go in right here at the front. And I just shape the brow. And just fill in the sparse areas. And then once I feel like I've got the shape down, you know, I can just create that little tail. And then just kind of spread the product around. And my brows are so light that I try to actually put product on the skin underneath the brow. And that's one of the tips that I use for, you know, I'm not just putting product on the brow hairs themselves, but I'm actually putting it on the skin. So when I travel and I'm in a hurry like this, I don't strive for perfection, because I'm always in a hurry, you know, to get my face on. And, you know, usually there's stuff going on. We're all talking and visiting and drinking coffee in the mornings, you know, getting breakfast on the table, taking showers, all that kind of stuff. And so, you know, I just want to get it on and, you know, move out of the way where somebody else can use the bathroom mirror, or, you know, where I can help out with whatever's going on, you know, with the food or whatever. So anyway. Okay, so we're going to do this other one. This is Janet. I named my brows Jenny and Janet because they're my sisters. They're not identical, but they do look alike. So sometimes I have an easier time with Janet than I do Jenny. But that's not necessarily the way it is in real life. Anyway, I have two sisters. We grew up together. And we're very close in age, 13 months apart. So there was a bit of a rivalry between us growing up. And there still is. Alright, so we're going down here for the front. And again, I'm not striving for perfection. And sometimes I have to tell myself that, because I will sit and labor on brows until I get, because I don't know, I like my brows to be a certain way, and I like for them to look clean, and I like for them to be precise, and I like for them to be well groomed and trimmed. And anyway, I'm kind of fussy about brows. So, and I'm fussy about brow products. So I tend to lean towards pomades and brow pencils that have a spoolie. But I'm trying to save space in my little makeup bag, so I'm just using that little pomade. Okay, now we're going to go in with a little blush palette that I picked up from BH Cosmetics. This is called the Vanilla Orange Truffle. And anyway, this is new. I've had it for, I don't know, a couple months maybe. But anyway, you can get this on their site, and I can link that down below. But anyway, there's a mirror, and there's this beautiful set of blushes, and this dark one here can be used as a bronzer, and this light one here can be used as a highlighter. And I can also double up and use these products as eyeshadows. And so because it has a mirror and because of the versatility in the palette, I want to carry this with me because I can multitask with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with this bronzer. This one right here. So this could be used for darker complexions, but today I'm going to use it as a bronzer. And it's, you know, it's a bit on the pigmented side. So if you want to tap into it and then tap off your brush on the back of your hand, and then you can feel like you've got, you know, oops, I'm covering up my face, better control of the product. Especially if you're using a natural haired brush, which is what this is. Synthetic brushes don't really hold as much product as a natural hair brush, and so if you're using a natural hair brush and you've got very pigmented products, you need to be careful. So you see that just adds a beautiful, beautiful glow to my skin. Even though this is not a glowy product, the products that I have on underneath are glowy, and so when you put the color on, it just makes the color look glowy. Okay, so I'm just contouring. I'm using this to contour with, and see, on the skin it doesn't look near as brown. So I'm just going to take what's left over on the brush up here into my forehead. And I'm going to push that into the hairline and just warm up the face and the sides of my face. And just make sure everything's really good and blended in. Okay, and then I'm just going to take whatever's left on the brush and I'm going to go down here on the jawline. Okay, so that, you know, that's how I use that first product. Okay, now I want to go in with the blush, and I'm going to use this beautiful, it's like a rose colored right here in the corner where my brush is at. And this product here is a bit glowy, but it's also pigmented. You can see that on the back of my brush. So again, I'm going to tap that off on the back of my hand and then go right here on the apples of my cheeks. And I like to use X's and O's. And you can see that pigment is coming off really, really easily. So this is going to give me a beautiful spring peachy look on my cheeks. And sometimes when I'm traveling, instead of doing a fancy eye makeup look, I just play up on the face really good and put a bright lip on. Okay, and again, up here on the temples. And a little swipe across the nose. And a little down here on the chin. And now my cheeks look really, really bright. But trust me, this is all gonna calm down here in just a second as soon as I put this eyeliner on. Okay, I'm going in now with the lightest color in the palette. And I'm just going to put that right here on the tops of my cheeks. And just blend this all the way. I've got a hair that's just traveling. I got traveling hairs. So this lighter color here just helps to blend all the other colors, but it also provides that glow. It's not it's not the kind of highlight that's like bam in your face, you know. Pardon me, y'all. There it is. I finally got it. Anyway, but it's not too super bright and glowy, but it is definitely got a glow to it. And it helps to blend everything out as well. Like a blush topper. I got a little bit of concealer here that didn't blend out as good as it needed to. So I'm just trying to fix that. Okay, so I've got all that taken care of. So what I want to do now is I'm going to go in with an eye look. And so I'm going to start with, this the lightest color, and I'm just going to put that in my crease. I'm just going to put some dimension there, and I've just got this one little brush that I'm carrying with me, and it's not necessarily the brush that I would choose if I was here at home, but the reason why I carry this brush is because it is angled. I can do precision work with it, and it also is soft enough to where I can lay down something in the crease and blend it out. So I'm just going in with this lightest color here. And you can see it is adding some depth. And it's going to give the other shadows some place to go. So even though this has a bit of a glow to it, you can still use it in the crease. I never have felt restricted to just mattes only in the crease. I mean, that might come from makeup artists or somebody that's like in charge of teaching a makeup class somewhere, and they suggest that for some reason or another. But anyway, I've never really done any of that. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this darker one. And I'm just going to put that deep in the crease. And you see it's a rich brown color, nice and warm. It's perfect for adding a little depth to a look. It blends out really nice. And I can go underneath the lash line with the same shadow and just bring it up here and tie it all together. So boom, just that quick. You know, with two colors, I can have a pretty decent eye look. So I just want to extend this out just a little bit. And that's that one good thing about the angled brush is I can do that because of the way it's made. And then I just turn the brush to go straight in the crease, you know, when I get closer to the inward part of the eye. And then right through here is where I turn it to fan it out and smoke it out a little bit. Okay, and then going up underneath here. Okay, now I'm going to go back into the palette, that lightest color, and I'm just going to use my finger, and I'm just going to put that right on the lid. Just to have something to lay down on the lid. And to kind of bring those deep set lids forward. Okay. Okay, now we're going to set that aside. Now I'm going to go in with mascara. I've got this one here, Pixie by Petra. It's called the Lash Lift 188. And this is in the color Beyond Black. And this is one that has two wands in it. There's one for the bottom lashes, the skinny one. And then there's this other one here. That's the larger one for the top lashes. So, just going in with some mascara. Just going to put one coat of mascara on. Because again, you know, when I'm traveling, I'm not, you know, going full glam. I just want to get like the basics on and just make myself presentable. Unless, you know, it's an event that's, you know, where I'm the center of attention, where I'm having to stand up and speak, or, you know, they're featuring me, or if it's my birthday, or, you know, something like that, then I'll take more time and pack more things. But long as I'm just like one of a crowd, you know, I'm not trying to be the star of the show or anything, then I'll just try to, you know, make myself presentable and just kind of blend in. Alright, now I'm going to take the little wand, and I'm going to go on the bottom. I like this little wand. I like it for the top too. It gets little hairs that you miss. Let me turn this way. And I mean, just that quick, the mascara is on. Now, if you really wanted to build up your lashes, this mascara is good for a second coat. But for just a simple everyday look, one coat is great. Okay, now for lips. I've got two products here. I'm not going to use a lip liner today, but I am going to go in with this Smooch Proof Lip Stain by Sorme. And it's in the color Fatal. And it's like a pinky purple kind of a color. And it looks like a felt tip marker. And you can get that kind of precision as well because of the way that it's made. And because it's a lip stain, I can get that precise lip. And it feels kind of watery. And it blends in with the natural color of my lips. So even though there's not a ton of, you know, bright pigment, I mean, there's enough to where, you know, I can get that color going. And it's a stain, and so it's going to stay put for hours and hours. And then I'm going to go in with this lip gloss called Floss in the color Lax. And I'm just going to go over that lip stain just to put some moisture down and some shine. I love this stuff. So, just that quick, I am put together. So, the cheeks are a little bright, but, you know, that's pretty much the look is you know, just a simple eye, simple lip, and the face products, you know, is basically the star of the show, you know, with this. And I love this little palette, y'all. This is great. And I'm fair complected, and I feel like this would really work really well with people that have medium and dark skin tones, because these colors, let me show you. We didn't even swatch this, did we? The pigment on this shadow is gorgeous. Check that out. So if you like a warmer shadow, you know, that orangey shade or orangier blush, I mean, this would look great on tan skin. So anyway, I'm really happy with this little palette, and I will be using it. I will be using it for lots of travel, and it's a nice little compact, you know, with the mirror, and you know, and even that light brown shade right there, you know, I put that on to blend everything out, and I put it in the crease, and it just worked out great. So, not bad. Not bad. Alright, so I'm not carrying any setting spray because, you know, I don't have room for it in my bag. But usually whenever I travel, I don't, you know, wear makeup for 12 hours anyway. So, you know, it's all good. And everything fits in my bag, and I'm using up samples, and, you know, and I'm carrying the minimum amount of brushes, and so it's all good. It's all good. I've got a mirror in that little blush compact, and so I've got the basics. I've got what I need. So that's it. All right, so that's my little makeup travel bag for an overnight stay. You know, if I stayed more than one night, I'd probably carry more products, but just for one night, that's enough for me. All right, well, thanks for watching, you guys. God bless you today is my prayer. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.